The world didn't wake up to a scream in 2018. It woke up to a sentence. A quiet announcement slipped onto the internet, claiming that twin girls had been born different. Their DNA had been edited before birth, not treated, not healed, edited. And in that moment, science crossed a line the world had only ever argued about in theory. The setting was modern and sterile, conference halls humming with fluorescent lights, labs smelling faintly of alcohol wipes and metal. But beneath the calm surfaces, something seismic had happened. A scientist had taken a tool called CRISPR, designed to snip genes like scissors, and used it on human embryos. The goal, he said, was protection, resistance to disease, a better future. But the method was secretive, the oversight thin, the consent questioned, and the result, 2 living children, could never be undone. At first, the news felt unreal. Scientists reread the words, certain they'd misunderstood. Governments scrambled for translations. Ethics boards went silent. Then the shock turned into outrage, because this wasn't just an experiment, it was a precedent. CRISPR had been celebrated as a miracle, precise, powerful, full of promise. It could cure genetic illness, erase suffering before it began. But it also carried risk, tiny off-target changes, unknown consequences, a future written in edits we might not understand for generations. And here, those risks had been tested. Not on cells in a dish, but on children who would grow up carrying decisions they never made. The backlash was swift and unforgiving. Conferences canceled talks. Journals distanced themselves. Scientists who once dreamed of CRISPR's potential now spoke in urgent, fearful tones. This wasn't progress, they said. This was recklessness disguised as ambition. Governments responded with investigations. Universities issued condemnations. The scientist at the center of it all vanished from public view, later sentenced and silenced. But the deeper unease didn't fade, because the real question lingered, heavy and unresolved. If one person could do this in secret, who might do it next? Behind every condemnation was a quieter fear, that humanity had stepped into an era where the line between healing and designing life was no longer clear, where the temptation to improve could slowly erase the idea of limits, where babies might one day be judged not by who they are, but by how well they were engineered. The CRISPR baby experiment didn't just shock the world, it forced it to look ahead and realize the future was arriving faster than our ethics could keep up. If this story made you think, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps these stories alive.